Welcome back, everyone. To celebrate this recap, I'm giving away amazing, high-value gifts to my most loyal fans who stay until the very end. Trust me, you won't want to miss this. The movie kicks off with a shot of the sun with flames shooting out of it. Right after that, we see an astronaut in space named Tom. Tom's job is to send information back to Earth, and he mentions that for a few days now, the sun has been spewing out huge fireballs. Just then, Tom's connection gets cut off. He then sees a super bright light coming toward him, which turns out to be those fireballs. The scene then cuts. Down on Earth, we see a village called Heatherfell. We're introduced to two people, Owen and Jean. Suddenly, Jean sees something falling from the sky. She walks toward it to get a better look. As soon as the fireball hits the ground, a huge earthquake shakes everything, which wakes Owen up. He starts looking for Jean and sees her outside covered in blood. He somehow gets her inside the house, but by then Jean has already turned into a zombie and attacks Owen. The scene cuts right there. What happened to Owen will be revealed later. We then see the busy traffic in London, where some people are grabbing breakfast. A woman named Grace is there, and she leaves the cafe after she finishes her meal. As she's walking, she sees something falling from the sky, just like Jean did. It lands not too far from her. Right after that, the whole city of London gets hit with an earthquake, and everyone starts running around in a panic. Grace, who is hurt, stumbles back into the cafe, and seeing her terrible condition, the cafe's owner, a man named Susan, opens the door and tries to give her some water, but the water turns blood red the moment it touches her mouth. Just then, a man who had gone outside to see what was happening is met by a zombie. Scared, they all lock the door. By now, Grace has also turned into a zombie, and she attacks one of the guys inside who happens to be a doctor, biting his hand. The doctor ends up killing her. Just then, they hear on the TV that no one should leave their homes, which means they're all stuck in the cafe. They use the cafe's furniture to block the door completely. Meanwhile, the doctor is slowly turning into a zombie too. The cafe owner sees this and tries to kill the doctor so he doesn't infect anyone else, but the doctor ends up biting him instead. This turns the cafe owner into a zombie too. Seeing this, Jim and his friends escape from the back door. As soon as they get outside, they see that the city is completely destroyed. Most of the people outside have turned into zombies. That's when Susan tells everyone he has a car and that they'll all be safe inside it. They head toward the parking lot. As soon as they get to the parking lot, they see a zombie infecting another man. They use this distraction to get to the car, and they all lock themselves inside. Just then, the zombie spots them. But with some quick thinking from Jim, Susan drives the car, and they get out of there safely. They head straight for Heatherfell. Both Jim and Susan are from Heatherfell, so they plan to go back to their families. Halfway through the journey, their car gets a flat tire, and they don't have a spare. Because of this, they have to continue the rest of their journey on foot. On their way, a bunch of zombies start chasing them. To get away, they run toward a building and block the door with a piece of wood. They then start heading upstairs. The zombies manage to break open the door, but they reach the top floor just in time. As they get to the top, Jim, Susan, and their friends see a bunch of dead bodies, one of which is holding a hammer. Susan picks it up and they continue moving forward. But as they go on, a whole horde of zombies surrounds them. Just then, Jim spots an open window and tells his friends to escape through it. As Jim is trying to jump, the poor guy falls, and the zombies grab him from behind. But his friends manage to pull him back through the window. They all come into a room where they are safe for a little while. Everyone then falls asleep. When one of the guys, a man named Ben, wakes up, he goes outside to check on things. A zombie bites his hand through a hole in the door. Everyone wakes up, and Ben kills the zombie with a rod. They all leave that room and get on the building's roof, where they can see the whole city, which is completely devastated.
Exposure to solar radiation has resulted in DNA.
If you dig this kind of content and want to see more from our new channel, a quick like and subscribe would mean the world to me and really help us grow. Let's get back to the story. After this, Jim finds a way to go downstairs, and they all head in that direction. But Jim stops for Ben. Unfortunately, because of the zombie bite, Ben has turned into a zombie and attacks Jim. Jim's friend Susan hits Ben with a hammer, which kills Ben on the spot. Jim is super sad about this because Ben was his childhood friend. After getting out of the building, they all look for a safe place to spend the night. They spot a hospital and go inside, heading upstairs. Jim checks a room where a zombie attacks him and grabs his finger. Luckily, a man named Jim's friend, Ben, arrives just in time and saves him. After this, they put him to bed. After Ben gets back, his girlfriend, a woman named Katie, comes to him and asks what happened to his finger. He doesn't tell her the truth and says he's okay. They then go to another room where Ben is holding a ring and tells Katie he loves her and wants to be with her forever, and he proposes to her. Katie accepts the proposal, and then they hear zombies coming, so they both hide. On the other side, Jim and Susan find a doctor and beg him to help Ben, but the doctor refuses. A zombie sees Ben and Katie and attacks them. Katie hits the zombie with a chair, which kills it. Meanwhile, Ben starts to turn into a zombie, and he tells Katie to leave, but she doesn't want to leave him. So, Ben forces her out of the room. Just then, Jim and Susan also show up. They take Katie and start heading toward their village. After walking for a long time, the three of them get out of the city, and now just have to cross the woods to get to their village. Just then, they hear more zombies coming. So the three of them start running. As they run, the poor guy's wife, Katie, falls behind and the zombies catch her. Jim and Susan go back to save her, but it's too late because the zombies have already killed Katie. Only Jim and Susan are left now, and they somehow manage to get to their village. The first place they go is Susan's house. They only find Susan's sister named Nicole. Nicole tells them that her parents have also turned into zombies. So the three of them go to Jim's house where he finds his brother Owen, who we saw at the beginning of the movie. Owen is happy to see Jim and the others and invites them in. Jim then asks about Jean, but Owen doesn't answer, and the three of them think that she has also been a victim of the zombies. After all the exhaustion, they all decide to rest. Just then, a bunch of zombies gather in front of Owen's house. Owen scares them away with his shotgun. Meanwhile, Susan hears some noise coming from her room. She goes to check it out and sees Jean, who Owen had kept alive all this time. Just then, Owen also shows up and tells her to eat and then leaves. Now, everyone is eating when Susan asks Owen why he has kept Jean alive all this time. He tells her that Jean isn't hurting him, so he has kept her alive. After this, everyone goes to sleep. The next morning, when everyone wakes up, they see that the zombies have surrounded them from all sides. Just then, Owen goes to Jean's room to get his gun, but Jean attacks him and also infects him. Owen then kills Jean. He comes outside and tells the other three to run away from the back door, but Jim refuses to leave him. That's when Owen shows him that he has also been infected. So, Owen goes outside and distracts all the zombies so the others can escape. As they get the chance, Jim, Nicole, and Susan run away. Meanwhile, Owen gets killed by the zombies. The three of them run and get to a cemetery where there's a church nearby, and they decide to take shelter there. They seal the church door from the inside, but the zombies haven't given up the chase yet, and a lot of them get to the church. Then the zombies break down the church door, and Jim tells Nicole and Susan to go toward the tower upstairs in the church. He fights the zombies himself, who are overpowering him, but he somehow manages to get to the tower door and starts climbing upstairs, where Nicole and Susan have already reached. They had closed the door out of fear of the zombies. When Jim gets to the top, he calls out for Susan, who opens the door, and Jim also gets in. After this, when Jim looks down, and they have no way of escaping. After this, they lose hope and just sit there. And with this suspense, the movie ends right there. I know you have a lot of questions, like what happened to Jim, Nicole, and Susan. Did they escape? Did they get infected? Or did the zombies kill them all? The answer to this is left up to the viewers. Or maybe there'll be a second part to this movie that'll show the rest of the story. The most important question is, why were all the people in the world turning into zombies? This was happening because of those fireballs that came from the sun. It's possible that those fireballs had some kind of virus that was turning people into zombies. The concept of this movie is also similar to other zombie movies, where people get infected and turn others into zombies. To make this movie a little different, they have shown the fireballs coming from the sun. So, this movie is kind of a one-time watch for those who like zombie movies. You made it! As a huge thank you, I'm giving away exclusive, valuable prizes. To enter the giveaway, just comment "Loyal Viewer" below. Feeling generous? Leaving a like to help the channel or subscribing for more recaps would be amazing too.